So I'd like to call the Board of Selectmen meeting Tuesday, September 6th, year 2022, at 7 p.m. to order. And this will be a hybrid meeting. Once again, the public here or electronically. Any disturbances, you'll be asked to leave or we will shut you out of the meeting. And whether you're called upon through the internet, Zoom, or in here, please state your name and your address before your comments. Now, if you would, please join in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Approval of the agenda. Good, Lisa, did you get a chance to go to? No, she did not.
I did not. I ended up with COVID and had
Okay.
contracted, so. No.
Okay, so I want approval of the agenda as it's presented, so, I make a motion that we approve the agenda.
Are we gonna add one?
No, we're not ready. Anything? Anything? All those in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Approval of the minutes of the last meeting. I move to approve the Board of Selectmen regular meeting minutes for August 16, 2022. Any discussion? All good? All those in favor? All right. Opposed? Thank you. Audience citizen? Yes, for recognizes Ms.
Yeah,
Gill.
Joan Hill, where's our secretary?
She's online.
Oh, Joan Hill, 23 Carswell Road, Columbia. I just have one question about what we discussed prior to the meeting, because it's not gonna be on the agenda.
Right.
So I'm hearing, I think, that several people have not been able to go out to the site or find it. So I just would like to say that I'm working there most mornings. I won't be there this Friday. I don't think. But anyway, if you want to give them my email or phone number, then want to call and see if I will be there, I'd be happy to meet them other times too, to give them a tour.
What
And,
time do you get in the town?
most days by 8:15, and I'm there till like 11.
Okay.
But like I said, sometimes things change a little, so you want to be sure, but you know, you can walk around by yourself. It's pretty easy to find now. There's a gate, so it's like something.
Parkway in front of you. Not to leave it open.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, so if Mark can give that information to them or anyone else, I'd be happy. Okay, thank
Thank
you.
Anybody on chat? No, don't believe so. Okay, no old business, new business. HM Youth and Family Services, here for you, help Little Library. See, it's right here. Little Library. Oh. So, Mark, they talked to you.
They had a grant and they want to put these little libraries into towns. And the libraries are going to be resource supporting material for mental health, residents of all ages. So they're gonna stock it originally with books that would be helpful to residents who just pay them. And sometimes you see them outside grocery stores and pharmacies and but you can take and read books to support mental health in the town.
Have you talked to the library about this?
Yeah, they do not want it in front of the library, so that's
Where's
why
it gonna be?
front of the chapel, which is where our used books come and go from. So I thought that might be a good. Just right in the little grassy area. We call people park.
So it's basically the honor system they take, they return.
Right. Or they just take.
Or they just take it and they just leave.
And then maybe some people come and give more than they take.
Okay.
They do the same at the Becker Senior Center. You know,
Right, inside.
It's
Sharing
not.
thing.
yeah, you take a book, you bring a book back, you know? Usually there's more books there than you
Then
need.
get in the box.
Yeah, well, this is like,
Oh, that's a problem.
Yeah, it doesn't function.
it works, I think it works great.
And it doesn't work. We just remove it.
Mhm.
If there's any problems.
Okay, and hearing these comments, I move to approve the placement of the AHM Youth and Family Services Here for You Mental Health Little Library by the Chapel on Town Green. All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, thank you. Columbia Lake Beach, you know what, and we don't have anything there, but it's on number 8, it doesn't say don't talk about it. You've been down there lately. First of all, we've been monitoring the water for the last 3 days. The water is still at the spillway.
Just about to go.
2 cannonballs have pushed a little bit below the spillway, so it's 6 inches in. Yeah, I know, it's in my pool. I was out there this morning trying to siphon it out. But that's fine, we've got a lot of water, but we're not in danger of any flooding from there and stuff. Other than that, the geese have been less because of molting season or something, and all reports are, I haven't heard anything about any.
Well, water quality, I just got the last water quality baby report and it was like, it was a rating of 10. You get to 250, you get 250 to 1,000 you worry, but we're at no concerns at all.
Okay,
That's good.
and then the lake patrol and everything for the most part is,
We need to make a major effort for kicking off next year, but we've learned a lot in the last month.
okay.
We'll engage in better marine patrol, get mine.
So Anna, you mentioned your name, hear anything different, or are we okay?
I haven't seen a single. And I have not noticed electronics. I'm painfully stuck.
Good.
So, yes, the month is over and they flew the coop.
There's six of them.
I'm sure they're still there a little bit, but no, they've been stuck there all summer. They're glad to go.
All right, thank you. Appointments and resignations. The appointment of interim rec director Anika Fegan. I move to appoint Anika Fegan as the interim rec director. She worked with Mark Bolza during his time here. Mark was, has confidence in her, has talked to her. I've been down there a couple of times after Mark Bolza left. She was down there and had extensive conversations, how she felt about the position, her understanding what the position entailed, especially through the end of the summer season. I also have confidence she will be able to handle things, and if not, we are in touch with her a lot more than when Mark Bolger was here. We're going to be in touch there also. So I have confidence until we decide she decides maybe to stick around through whenever, or we put out to find someone else. We are interviewing, and we're gonna be interviewing. So, but we want to give her, and she has plans for her future. And it does not include being a rec director as a career. So she understands this search that we're going on. Okay, right now, we just like to appoint her, so motion on the floor, any other discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Town administrator.
All right, so you'll see this whole letter from DOT denying our request to eliminate the passing lane, right, that ends right by and then moves 66 east. There's a lot of detail in this letter. I'm working on a response to DOT right now. Steve and I have talked about it. He's got some bullet points he wants in the response. And I also want to interview Steve Harrington, because there's some information here I'm not sure I agree with. And I want a bird's eye perspective from Stephen as to what he's observed. And also interview Crossroads to see what they're finding coming to go from their parking lot.
Now, it says here that the accident was on Pine Street, no, in Hennepin. Was that a mistake? or something?
Yes,
I believe so. That's what I don't
it's not even near,
I know.
it's, they referenced something that shouldn't, that they looked at. And part of the response is, you know, can you tell us where you got your information? Because your reference is 3 miles from the main moves. In addition to that, please tell me when you did your site survey. I'd like to know. And my guess is they'll report back that didn't actually do a site survey. So we're looking into it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I gotta tell you, a couple weeks ago, I actually got passed there, and it is not comfortable. It is just, I'm like, holy crap, somebody's passing me here.
and it is a passing zone, but I will tell you, the passing zone stops and goes to a double yellow right at the in-out driveway of the main moves.
That, and there's not enough, as you're coming around the corners and stuff, there's not enough sight lines
No.
beyond that.
No.
It was just really uncomfortable. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah. And believe me, our response has a subtle way of holding people responsible who's making this decision. It's not a threat, it's just be aware.
Is it, so, you know, this is part of my whole problems with unelected officials that write regulation, basically laws. Can we get a hold of, who say, Acker or Houston?
We have,
Yeah. But I
so.
And they can do nothing?
We're not done yet.
Those are our
This is-
elected officials.
Yeah,
that
we-
we-
This is the first round.
Yeah.
And they're sticking to the regulations and doing that.
So we're still working it.
Thank you.
I know what struck me, they referenced the place that isn't even there.
I also dropped off at your desk, there's an invitation. One of our Revolutionary War soldiers who fought in the Revolutionary War, Wadsworth Brewster, is in our Old Yard Cemetery, but not noted as being a Revolutionary War soldier. So that's going to be corrected on October 8th. And his family has created and purchased the proper Daughters of Revolutionary monument. It's at the footstone of the soldier as being a Revolutionary War soldier. I think we have 19 in that cemetery. Don't quote me. Ingrid would know exactly how many we have. So this is being done by the Lebanon Historical Society Museum of Connecticut and with help from Columbia.
Because it's in the old yard.
Right.
Long overdue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this, I guess,
Years.
according to Ingrid, this is a really big deal.
She kind of, she drew my attention yesterday.
We want you there, Pat.
She wants everybody there. She really.
This is a big deal. They don't find many soldiers that are not aware of.
Although I bet there are more than you think.
Oh, it's October 8th at 1:30 PM in the Old Yard Cemetery. Refreshments to follow in Lebanon's Historical Society Museum.
Which I've never been to and pass all the time. It's like, I should get there.
It's nice.
Okay, so, next. I've set up a. Cleaning session with the help of Judy. Judy introduced me to a woman by name of Laura Galbo. And she has a BA in psychology from the Randolph Macon Women's College. Her field of specialty is helping people in vocational rehabilitation and dealing and assisting people with challenges in life. And our focus right now, we're gonna have her for 2 sessions to talk with employees on September 29th, a 1 o'clock session and a 2:30 session. And it's really focused on strategies and tools to reinforce the essence of working with people, dealing with behaviors, stresses of dealing with the residents and the stresses they're having, and really ways to cope better and ask better questions and to de-escalate situations. You wouldn't think since COVID's done, we'd be back to normal, but it's far from that.
I
But
think it's gotten worse.
so
Great, thank you.
I'm bringing in Laura to try to help us and to let the employees actually vent some of the issues they're having and see if she can help in a workshop setting where it's give and take.
Those are good.
So 2 hour-and-a-half sessions. So we interviewed her, we went over all the different issues I'm seeing, and we designed this workshop specifically to a municipal workforce.
Yeah, she's worked with different state agencies doing this kind of thing. She's worked with, she's a professor at Central teaching this stuff too. Now I think she's working in hospice care to help people adjust to,
We don't want to do it.
but she's really good at this stuff.
So I'm curious, are you gonna be part of it, or is it gonna be just them saying, maybe be more comfortable being open without you or other supervision being part of that workshop?
I think what I'm gonna ask is that supervisors attend one session and their employees attend the other, just so you don't have an employee and supervisor.
Right. It just might make it more, you know,
Great.
right, open in the end, you know what I mean?
Good idea.
Okay.
I would think we could talk about stuff. I had more of these workshops when I was working.
I had a lot in the service,
Yeah.
Liberty Secure till morale improves.
Games.
Works wonders. Please continue.
On a sad note, after over 30 years of servicing the needs of Columbia as our financial director of finance, and
Yes.
our planner, not better, Paul.
Okay,
Paula Stahl is put in notice that she'd like to retire by the summer. So I put out a job posting for our plans. So I'll keep you tuned on that, and I think what I'd also like to do is plan a nice party. We have quite a few employees that have over 30 years with the town. Some that have retired and some that are retiring shortly. We need to do
that'll be
something.
bad. We definitely show, right?
Right? We don't-
And
Don't worry.
Robin,
I know,
Robin's been there.
Robin's been here a long time.
Right. And then I included some important dates on the senior center for activities coming up in case anybody wants to shoot over there. December 14th at 1, they're celebrating 90-year-olds. Birthdays. Anybody over 90. October 22nd, they're celebrating the Beckett Senior Center has a 25-year birthday. November 16th, Thanksgiving special meal and music. November 19th, the Harvest Holly party, and December 21st, noon Christmas special meal with everything. So I just thought, in case anybody wanted to pop in, I know the seniors are always asking if selectmen know we're here. I'd love to share lunch with you and find out what's happening. So Steve and I make a point of popping in, but if anyone else wants to, I'm sure they'd love it. That's all I have to.
Any word about the Youth Services Committee chairmanship?
Yes, so I met with Rebecca and she and I are planning, I forget the date of the next meeting, I think it's the 14th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm working on an agenda for that meeting. She's willing, if nominated, to fire up the committee again.
That's good.
And I've also worked with AHM, with Teresa. You know, it's funny because Hebron and Columbia were all having a lot of the same issues. I was talking to the youth service director of East Haddam. She just lost 2 employees to higher paying towns. So it's a trend where small towns are having challenges, getting the right people with the right support in these positions. So yes, Bill, that's in the works.
Good news.
Okay, so
Okay, there's some correspondence there. Interesting reads, good reads and everything, so we will move to budgetary items, no transfers, refunds, we have one.
actually, a second set of refunds popped in, so there's 2 motions. One set came in Friday, and one set came today.
18, so I make a motion to return refunds in the amount of $1,873.73 as told and posted on the refund transaction dated September 1st.
The only one I had a question on, there was no note.
What's that?
There was no note. Well, maybe there is no. Oh, no, there isn't. Kelly Leahy. For 179.28, Carol didn't put a notation on it. Usually she writes tax pay.
So is that the second set?
It's the second set, second to the last page.
Okay, we're working on the first set now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And Kelly's is in the next one. All right, so first one, they posted 9/1.
Mhm.
1873.73. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Now, the next one is for 1493, so I make a motion to approve the refund in the amount of $1,493.73. That's the second one, so
No, no, no,
Oh, you mean description.
yeah,
no
Refund of an excess payment is the
but that's
check
what
box.
all of them. Usually she writes,
Yeah, she gives a little.
She put tax payable forward,
And I don't,
she didn't write anything.
what it was. I assume they,
put in excuses for that. So.
It just should be addressed.
If it works for the board, I'll make sure that's added when I sign this and return it back to the tax clerk, that she
yeah,
gives me an explanation for that.
I'm sure there's a good reason.
Probably just missed it. She doesn't, I've never seen her miss one.
Okay, any more discussion? All right, so I make a motion to approve refunds dated September 6th, 2022 for $1,493.73. All those in favor? Okay. Payment of bills. Make a motion to approve the payment of bills for $278,291.44, consisting of 21.2 regular, 22-23 emergency, 22-23 regular, credit card and paycheck.
So the biggie is the, Caterpillar.
Loader.
Yeah.
When are we expecting that?
We have,
We have.
we've got last week.
That was quick.
Yes, it's been screening ground for the winter, nonstop.
That's awesome. I think we're gonna use it. That's awesome.
Copper Beach treatment. Oh, yeah.
That was the Copper Beach, our big special trip.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to
You should have covered that.
actually
Services.
do it the work session.
What is a crime bond? Second annual installment? Crime bond?
Is that the cybersecurity?
I think so.
$944.
I think
HLIC.
Crime bond.
No, that's Kermit. Yes, it's Kermit.
Okay.
Yep. Yes, it's true. It's our cybersecurity. Sorry. Any discussion? All those in favor of paying the bills? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Finally, audience of citizens. Board member comments. Well, you know what, before we do that, you wanna tell me what happened to our tree?
So Friday, I got a notice that Asplin. We've been working with all week doing tree work on 87. They knew that month that you are crews.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, I got a warning, the Ronald Town Green cutting down a giant maple.
Oh,
So-
yeah,
Beth Lunt shot over there in 2 seconds. We stopped and it's at the point it is, it's gotta come totally down, but the tree was all over green and the actual was so.
I saw that on the way in.
So Beth said, you need to stop. And I said, well, we have signed work orders for 2 maples. And she said, no, you don't, because we didn't sign it. And they said, yes, it's signed and approved by the town. She said, it is not. You need to go up your chain of command. And you gotta tell us how you're gonna make this better, because we're not happy. Find out they didn't have a signed work order. And somebody felt it was in the way of working on the wire, so they thought it'd be best to just cut them down. So this, we're just starting to look into this. It really makes no sense,
So the
especially for a crew that worked with us all week.
Yeah, they weren't dead, it wasn't dead.
It was a
Well,
perfect.
they're not in good
They
shape.
weren't in great shape. They had some issues, but to just cut a giant tree down and on a line of trees on your historic green without even walking to the public works director's office and say, this work order doesn't make any sense. You sure you want these cut down? No,
They don't,
No, they don't, they,
I'm not blaming the crew, except.
except they work with, it's not like
Or
they
the
came out of nowhere,
supervisor said, we're cutting this one with no work. That's one of them.
but they had a work order. The question is, how did it that work order and why did it not go to the town? Especially,
Who signed the work order?
I haven't seen it. It hasn't shown up yet.
They must have got, unless it was the power company.
Well, I honestly, I don't,
But the power company goes out, kind of leaves notes and you have to approve of any trees that get cut. I've been through that.
They did not.
Yeah.
I don't know what we actually have.
They want to know,
well, all of those are coming down in the next, I would say 5-10 years, anyway, they're all done.
it's just, we'd like it to be part of an organized game. Instead of a big hole and not doing it. Right, so, right now they've asked us what we would like to make this better.
What's the word?
I don't know, I'd like the stump to be totally dug out, especially the other stump that's next to it now. And, some trimming of the trees, but I'd like the tree planted and maybe we'll tell them, we're about to do a whole study on what to. A game plan for the whole green and maybe we'll have an IOU for helping us fund that. With a specimen.
Yeah, we got that grant for them.
Beautifying America. Yeah. So there's more to this discussion. It's just,
Yeah, so bring it before the board before we decide on anything.
I will.
Right now, I wouldn't even know.
We're just gathering facts. I just shot an email out to Steve and said, I didn't have an explanation.
All right, now, board member comment.
Yeah, I know, we agreed, a couple months ago that, that there you would, if there was something going on, you'd send like a text around to board members. I don't know if there's been anything, but just as a reminder
Okay,
to do that, because we haven't gotten any.
I think he's providing the bi-weekly status. Yeah. so
We don't have it in
any-
this one, but it was in the
No.
past two.
We
that was
haven't,
in the past,
we haven't had anything urgent.
except this just.
Yeah, right, I got
Just
something.
as a reminder, it's nice to
Good,
do
Judy.
that.
Okay. Just remind you, don't start replying back because I can't use it as a conversation platform.
Okay.
It's just,
Because of FOIA.
right, it's just to give you a notice on
It's a
something.
meeting, if you have to reply
Right,
back.
if you start replying back, you
You can say back to just.
Mr. O'Brien?
Yes, I got it.
right, that's good.
Mr. Lynn? Mr. Napolitano, your last board member comment was about a course for glove control. You'll continue to look into that one.
I already sent it to you.
Yes, and that
I sent it like the next day.
you did.
Yes, you did. I
That
saw it.
has already looked into it and
It's online, so you can take it.
good, right, it's just. We're evaluating whether that's the best course for her to take, because it was more expensive than.
It's a good, I took that years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago.
Sometime will be, because we did look, we researched.
Mhm.
There's a lot of good information in these courses, even if you don't go completely organic, it makes you look a little different at the system.
And I have nothing, so, in saying that, hearing that, I make a motion, we adjourn this meeting at 7:32. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you.
7:32 adjournment, and I'll turn off the report.